folks, so this is how you change basic ignition switch on a 7274 cuda. Now, my car came and never had keys, so yeah, that's why I have to change it. And I had to change the door locks and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna change the turn signal. I shouldn't say turn signal, the ignition switch here. I have a new one somewhere in this damn car. It's somewhere here. So first thing you want to do is take your steering wheel off. That's held by these three little bolts. I think they were like 9s or 11s. Then once you do that, now you're at your turn signal switch. So you're gonna take off this little retaining, what should I say, retaining clip or holder that holds down your turn signal switch, and then you're gonna take off this a flat screw right here, and that holds your turn signal lever. So you're gonna take those off so you can basically get this out to get back to take the ignition key out. So I'll show you once I get that done. All right, so once you get your turn signal switch out, took the flat out and the 3 Phillips, you're gonna have to cut the electric tape holding it and just slide it up a bit, slide the harness up a bit so you could basically get the turn signal switch. So then after you do that, now you want to take off these 3 bolts that's holding, I guess, this retainer here. But yeah, these 3 Phillips, take those out so you can pull this retainer off and get to the ignition switch. So that's what I'm about to do now. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna want to slide this little clip. It's in between this rubber seal. So I just use a flat and I just pried it back. And after you do that, and when I looked at Cuda Cody's video on it, there's a special tool that they make for you to take this off. But he showed that you could just put the nut on and tap it, and it's gonna basically push this shaft in so you could get this top part off. Take the nut back off so you don't, well, you take the nut off so you could get the this little column adapter off too, so you could get to the ignition switch. Looks like I'm going to pull the harness up some more, and bam, I am here. So now there should be this little pin somewhere in here. There should be a little pin that you push and you get the ignition switch out, and that's what I'm about to go do now once I find it. Okay folks, so there wasn't no little pin. I had to take a pin out of this, and you see it's right here. I had to bang it out, and it basically held that plate onto this pinhole. So now you get your big Phillips screwdriver and take this plate off so you can get to that hole that you'll be able to basically release the ignition cylinder right here. So that's what I'm about to do right now. All right, so I got that off. I don't know what that is. If that's that almost looks like a small lobster. I don't know what the heck that is. But I'm gonna blow this out anyway. But there goes the freaking pin I've been looking for right there. So I gotta push that pin in, and it should take my ignition solenoid out. And I did find my new one. So here's the new one. So you know it's gonna go on like this, So you have that pin the same way. So now I'm gonna push it out, take the old one in, put the new one in. Yeah, my car never came with any keys for the trunk. Actually, the delivery driver forgot to give me the keys for this car. So it's like, all right, an expense I'm gonna have to go pay for, which I didn't want to do, but it's all right. Stuff happens. So now let me get this out. All right, folks, so as you know, you should compare your parts when you get a new part and replacing the old part, which I did for my ignition switch. So we're good there. And if anybody remember the video of me rebuilding my steering column, I had 2 parts left over. I didn't know where they, actually I kind of did know where they went, but now since I'm here, I might as well replace it. It's basically a roller bushing that went right in here in the steering wheel. So I just used my pick and just picked it out. That's why it's kind of butchered up and all that. So you basically put this seal over this roller bearing, and I saw Cuda Cody also put some grease on it, so I'm gonna put some grease in here and around it, just to make sure everything is good. I ain't gotta worry about it. It's lubricated. I'm using my high temperature grease. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is put that clip that I took out earlier, put it on the last one closest to basically, I guess, this little coupler thing, hold down. So you're gonna put that one right there, as you see right there, and then knock your pin back in, which I'm going to do now. All right, so I got the safety pin in. So now I'm going to put the, I guess the turn signal coupler. As you can see, I got the new bearing in there greased up. So I'm just gonna pop it on over and start installing the screws, and we should be good to go. So hang on. You're gonna want to tighten the 3 screws, one up top, one down here, and then one on the left. Then you want to put on your metal turn signal switch, I guess returning plate, and then get your 3 screws, start tightening those things up. Almost there. So that's what I'm about to do now. All right, so as you can see, I got it in. So next I'm going to install my turn signal in. Gotta line it up with that hole so you could bolt it in. So that's what I'm really doing now. All right, so now I have everything together. The last thing to put on is, I guess, the crush canister is what they call it. So I just gotta put this on. I think this is my horn wire. I'm still not sure what this wire is for, but I think it might be for my horn. But let me go ahead and put this thing back together. All right, folks, so I got everything on. So the next thing I'm gonna do is install my crush can. And like I said, I think that black wire is for my horn, but I'm not too sure. If you know, let me know in the comment section. All right, so now you want to install the crush can, and if you look right there where those little grooves are, you see it's like a little flat surface part. So you're basically gonna look here for that little groove. That's how you align it. There's a little groove. See how they got like a slide groove right there? That's how you want to install this can so it goes on smoothly. And yeah, I know this kind of off subject, but yeah, I don't think I have a stock steering wheel. This is definitely not a stock steering wheel, so that's probably why my horn never worked. I didn't even have horns on this car anyway, so that's something I have to do later. But anyways, back to installing this. Once I get it on, you'll see. All right, so I got everything back together. As you can see, steering wheel back on, everything is good. So yeah, that's how you change ignition solenoid on a 70 through 74 cuda. So more to come. Peace.